Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing something a little bit different, something I haven't done on my channel before. We're going to be doing a disappointing products video. So such products I guess I regret purchasing, or products that I don't think were worth the hype. So if you want to check out and see what products didn't meet my standard, then just keep watching. Guys, just firstly a little disclaimer before we jump into the products. Please don't get offended if I mention products which you absolutely love. Everyone is entitled to opinion. What works for me may not work for you, and vice versa. It is not my intention to offend any of you or upset any of you. It's not my intention at all. It's just products that for me personally didn't really work out. We're all entitled to opinion. Please just take this with a grain of salt. It is just makeup. It is just a bit of fun. So let's just jump right into the products. So first we're going to start off with skincare, and the first product I'm going to mention is this. This is an AVÈNE Cleanance Matte Mattifying Emulsion. This is what it looks like here. Now this one is supposed to mattify your skin, so it is kind of your last step in your skincare regimen. So once you've cleansed, toned, or whatever you would normally do, you apply this before you would go in with your primer and things like that. And this is meant to help mattify your skin. Guys, I didn't feel like it does really anything for my skin. I use it just to use it up. It smells really nice and it does smooth my skin, but I don't really think it mattifies my skin at all. And what I purchased it for was to control my oils, and I don't really think it does that. And it's not cheap. Like, I think this is like between $20 and $30, so it's not a cheap product. AVÈNE is not a cheap skincare brand. So this is probably the first product that I regret purchasing. I won't be repurchasing it again. I'm disappointed. I wish it controlled my oils, but it doesn't. Next up, another product from AVÈNE. This is the AVÈNE Cleanance Matte Mattifying Toner. That's what it looks like here. It is the same kind of idea as that mattifying emulsion. You would apply this as your toner, so cleanse and then get a cotton wool ball and kind of apply this solution over your face as a toner to help control your oils. Again, I don't really think it does much. I mean, I use it as a toner just to tone my skin and, you know, get my pH balance back to neutral. But I don't really think it helps to control my oils or keep my skin matte at all. So I'm disappointed in this product. I really wanted it in conjunction with the mattifying emulsion from AVÈNE to really control my oils, but this doesn't, and it was kind of a waste of money. Again, around that $20 to $30 price point, you can get some really nice drugstore toners for way less than this cost me. So I'm disappointed in this one and I won't be repurchasing it. So the last item for skincare I have is this DERMALOGICA Gentle Soothing Booster. It is recommended for all skin types and is meant to kind of calm and reduce redness in your skin. I do suffer from a little bit of rosacea and my skin is really sensitive, so you might notice when I apply primers, once I put a primer on my face, it goes really red. It's really sensitive and gets irritated really easily, so I went for a facial, as you do, and they suggested that I purchase this one, as they do, try to always make you buy something. So I caved and felt bad, so I bought this one, and guys, it does nothing. Like, I do not notice any difference when I use this one. It does not calm my skin when I have breakouts or redness. I don't feel like it takes away the redness or calm it at all. A total gimmick and waste of money. Don't purchase this, guys. It is junk. It's ridiculous. Not worth it at all. So now we're going to move on to makeup, and the first item I have is this Ashlee. It is a matte out mattifying base, and this is meant to help kind of like act like a primer to mattify your skin and help to keep your oils at bay. Guys, this does jack shit. If anything, it makes my skin more oily. I use this in a first impressions drugstore kind of testing out makeup. I'll leave a link up in the card here if you want to check out that video. But guys, I kept trying it with different foundations and powders and things like that, and guys, this does nothing. It makes my skin way oilier than it is. It comes in this roll-up tube. It's like, it feels really slippy. It's like very silicone based. Silicone primers work for some people. Silicone primers do not work for me. I feel like they make me way more oily. Anything like a professional or something like that does not work for me. I need something that's super tacky or is more of a cream base. Those tend to be the primers that work best for my skin. This guy is just, it's not worth it. It is not worth the money. It's not expensive, but I don't think it mattes my skin whatsoever. If anything, it makes me more oily. So yeah, this is a dud. Don't buy it. It's a dud. Next up, I have a foundation. This is the L'Oreal Lumi Magique foundation, and guys, this is shit. For oily skin, this is not great. I mean, I should have known from the description of Lumi that it wasn't going to work for my skin, but I watched a few videos and people with oily skin have really been enjoying it, but guys, not me. Firstly, this color is all wrong. It is so yellow. It looks terrible on my skin, so that's one, and that's my bad because I picked it out and it's the wrong shade. But two, It does not control my oils whatsoever. I can probably get about 4 hours out of this foundation before I feel like a slimy grease ball. It is not cute, not great for anyone with oily skin. I don't find it really smoothing, especially over my pores and trouble areas where I've got texture. This like enhances every single pore on my face. I hate it. I would not recommend this if you have oily skin whatsoever. There are plenty of other drugstore foundations that will work way better for your skin type. So give this one a pass if you have oily skin. If you have dry skin and don't really suffer from a lot of textural issues, it might be quite good. The coverage is quite good, but yeah, just if you have oily skin, it's not a good match. It's not a good match for you. Next up is another foundation, and guys, this might be a little bit controversial. This is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. Firstly, again, I have this in the wrong shade. I got this foundation when it first came out. I had a very limited shade range. I got this one in the shade Ivory. It is way too yellow toned for me. I look like a yellow head floating above like a pale, neutral, pinkish toned body. It's not cute. It's not cute. Secondly, it does not last on my oily skin whatsoever. I just cannot get it to last no matter what primer I use on it. My skin is just, it cakes up on the side of my nose, settles into my smile lines, and just looks like a hot mess after a few hours in. So I'm disappointed with this one. I do sometimes mix this foundation into some of my longer lasting foundations if I'm a bit tanned and I've got more of like a yellow golden tan, which will help to match my face to my body a little bit more. But other than that, I mean, I would not purchase this one again, especially because I just use it as a mixer foundation at the moment. Again, plenty of other drugstore or even high-end middle range foundations which work better for my skin type, so I would give this one a miss if you have really oily skin. It doesn't hold up. It just doesn't hold up. Keeping with complexion, I have this Maybelline V-Face Duo Stick. It is a 2-in-1 highlight and contour stick. These are the two shades here. This is the contour, obviously, and then this is a highlight. Guys, this is the only shade that I saw this coming in, and for my complexion at least, and I don't know whose complexion it would work for, but this is not a good contour shade. I don't know how they thought this would work. This is the shade here. I'll swatch it on my hand. It looks like peanut butter. Like, it looks like peanut butter. I do not know how this is meant to contour. It is not the right contouring shade. It's literally peanut butter. I cannot get away with using this as like a bronzing, warming up shade as well, just because it's so orange. It's so orange. It lifts up your foundation as you begin to blend it out, and it just looks patchy as hell. It's so bad. Not worth it whatsoever. And the highlight, unfortunately, isn't much better either. I'll swatch the highlight shade here for you. So keep swatching, keep swatching. There you go. That is the shade there. Look, it looks nice on the hand, but you cannot apply this again over your foundation. As soon as you apply it over your foundation and go to blend it out with a beauty blender or brush, anything really, it lifts off your foundation. It does not work. And as you blend it out, it seems to go everywhere else. It doesn't blend in that specific spot. It ends up blending out, and it's just too emulsive, if that makes sense. It kind of just goes everywhere. You cannot pinpoint highlight with this one at all. If you have oily skin and you like to kind of target highlight, this will just pick up and go all over your face as you blend it out. So I'll give that one a miss. It's not worth it. Maybelline, it's a dud. It's a dud. So sticking with highlighters, and unfortunately it's another Maybelline product. I do really like Maybelline, but I feel like these highlighters, the cream highlighters at least in my opinion, are shit. I mean, I'm not really a fan of cream or liquid highlighters in general. Only the Becca one and also Benefit What's Up. They're the only cream highlighters that I find actually work and do a good job. But this is the Maybelline Master Strobing Stick. It is an illuminating highlight. I have it in the light fair kind of color. It's very pinky champagne. The first of the shade, not really one of my favorites, but I feel like the other one was too golden and a little bit too dark for me, so I tried this one out. This is what it looks like here, swatched on my hand. It is really pink. So, I mean, that's not great to begin with. And secondly, guys, this lifts up your foundation. Again, you cannot apply this over your foundation without it lifting off and patching off along your cheekbones. It is terrible. It is not great for, again, applying underneath your foundation because, again, it is so emollient. It doesn't set down. And if you go to apply this just on your high points and then apply your foundation over the top, the foundation just picks it up and you end up looking like a disco ball all over your entire face, which is not what I want. So yeah, guys, another miss for me. I totally regret purchasing this one. I just think it's crap. I don't like it whatsoever. Yuck. And guys, I don't know, are you guys seeing a little bit of a trend here? Liquid highlighters. I regret purchasing this one. This is the Revlon Photo Ready Skin Lights Highlight. I have this in the light rose color. Again, rose, it's way too pink. This is what it looks like. Oh gosh, it's just pouring out. This is it on my skin here. It is so liquidy and runny. This is what it looks like. Again, it's just super, super pink. It looks like a milkshake. It looks like a strawberry milkshake on my hand. And I cannot blend this out over the tops of my foundation because it lifts it off. It's too liquidy as well. Applying, it's the same deal. Applying it underneath, it ends up all over my face, this highlighter. So again, liquid highlights, I'm not a fan of. I cannot get it to work just like the other one. So yeah, again, regret purchasing that one. Now lastly for skin, I have Kat Von D Lock-It Loose Translucent Setting Powder. Guys, I bought this one to test it out and see whether or not it stacks up against the Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder. Guys, the Laura Mercier one wins hands down. It's so much better at controlling my oils. I don't think this is a terrible powder whatsoever, but I wanted it to work just as well as my Laura Mercier and it doesn't. So I totally regret purchasing this one because I had to get through it because it cost a bomb. And I mean, it's an alright powder, but the Laura Mercier one's just better. It's just better. This one as well does have really micro glitters in it as well. So although it does do a really good job at smoothing and, you know, making your skin look really nice, those micro glitters, if you have oily skin, are not fantastic. If you have oily skin, go for the Laura Mercier one for sure. If you have more dry skin, this might be a better option because I do find the Laura Mercier can sometimes look a little bit dry under my eyes. That's my only gripe with Laura Mercier. Definitely regretted grabbing this one. I did finish it up, but won't be repurchasing this one. Next up, I have two eyeliners. This is the Rimmel Exaggerate eyeliner, and it is in the color Aqua Sparkle 240. This is what it looks like. And then I also have from Rimmel, this is a kohl eye pencil, and it's just in white. So I'll swatch them here for you. That's the white one there, and then that's the blue one. Really crappy swatches, I know, but that's the swatches. I just do not like the colors of these ones. I kind of wanted to use this one as like that nice lower waterline, like the blue waterline, and guys, it is just not a flattering blue. This is like an 80s blue, like an 80s eyeshadow blue. It is not flattering on me whatsoever. It doesn't give that nice kind of jewel toned lower waterline that I was looking for. So totally regret grabbing this one. Even though it's not expensive, it's still like $6 or $7, and it's a waste of $6 or $7. The formula is great. I do have other Rimmel Exaggerate waterproof liners, so it's nothing about the formula, it's just the color. I don't like the color. And then the white one here, the kohl one, I have really watery, like lower waterlines, and it does not stay. I much prefer as well more of a nude waterline rather than a stark white. If I want to go for a stark white, I'll use the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk. It does a way better job, lasts my waterline way longer than this one. This one I feel like I blink and it's gone. So totally regret purchasing this one. If you want a white eyeliner, go for something like the NYX Bright. That's a little bit more white rather than creamy beige color like the Rimmel Nude Exaggerate, which is one I use a lot in my tutorials. Love that one way better than this one. This one is just, it goes away in 2 seconds. It's not worth it. Sticking with eyes, this is the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette, guys. I totally regret purchasing this one. It has barely had any use. The black's missing because I dropped it and the black fell out, but it's barely touched. I don't gravitate towards this palette. It's got nothing to do with the blendability. The shadows are great. The shadows by themselves are beautiful in color, but together I feel like they just get a little bit muddy and kind of dirty looking. I feel like there's nothing that really kind of stands out. They all kind of end up blending into one. I don't really gravitate towards cooler eyeshadows. If I'm gonna go for a cool eyeshadow, which is a look I've kind of got on today, it's a little bit cooler than I normally go, I go for the Modern Renaissance palette and use those kind of more cool tones in that palette, or I pick up my Tarte's Tartelette palette, and that has some really nice purpley cool tone shadows in it. And I wanted to get this one because I missed out on the Urban Decay Naked 1 palette. I never got my hands on it, and I was like, cool, the 2's come out, I'm gonna grab the 2. And I was so disappointed in it. And especially in Australia, this stuff costs like, these ones cost like $75. Like $75. It was such a waste of money, and I barely used it. So yeah, totally regret purchasing this one. It was not worth it. Actually thinking about giving this away to my sister or one of my friends so they can get a little bit of use out of it, because I am just not getting the use out of it. It just sits in my collection doing nothing. So yeah, regret purchasing this one. Now lastly, this, I was debating whether or not to put this one in it because I don't necessarily regret purchasing it. I just am disappointed in myself, I guess, more so than the product, that I haven't used it as much as I thought I would. I feel like, look, I'm just putting it out there. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar Palette. This is like a cult favorite product. As you can see, this guy's just got hardly any use out of it. For me, I just feel like the shimmers, so Marzipan, I think it's called Marzipan, and creme brulee and hazelnut. These ones here, I just feel like they just are not super pigmented. I use a base under them. I just feel like they kind of are so muted and everyday. I want my shimmers to be shimmery. I don't know what it is. If I'm going to use shimmer, I want it to be foiled. I want a foiled shimmer eyeshadow. I want foil. I want a foiled eyeshadow when I am applying a shimmer on my lid. And guys, this just does not do it. It's great for an everyday makeup look, but for my everyday makeup, I just apply a kind of nude into my crease, and that is my everyday. I don't really necessarily apply a lid shade. If I'm applying a lid shade and going into that much trouble, I want you to be able to see it. I want it to be glam, and I want it to be glittery. That is my jam when it comes to a shimmery eyelid look. And this just does not give it to me. That being said, I absolutely love the transition and deepening up and the matte shades in this one. I think they blend fantastically. It is just those shimmers that are letting it down. I want to get more use out of it, and I'm actually thinking about challenging myself to put together 5 different looks using one palette. Let me know if you'd be interested in that. I don't know if I'll be able to get 5, but I want to do like multiple looks in one palette to really kind of push me and make sure that I'm getting the use out of the palettes that I've purchased. So let me know if you'd be interested in seeing that, and I want to test out this one because I still will keep this one. I do like the shades in it. I'm just disappointed by this shimmery shade. So guys, that was it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, again, like I said, if I did mention a product which you absolutely love, please don't be offended that I didn't get on with it as well as you did or love it as much as you did. We're all entitled to our own opinions, and makeup is just a bit of fun. Please don't be offended. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave me a big like, thumbs up. It really helps me out. And if you are new, welcome to my channel. My name is Ashlee. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on any of my new videos. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the week, and I'll see you all in my next video. Mwah! Bye guys.